Order for Monday, September 15th. Staff, would you please determine the presence of a quorum?
Mr. Bunkefus.
Present.
Mr. Horke.
Here.
Mr. Khan.
Here.
Dr. Keen. Ms. Carlson. Here. Mr. McCarty.
Here.
Mr. Mooney.
Here.
Mr. Neal.
Present.
Mr. Woodard.
Here.
He is virtual, and so we'll need to make sure that we can see him for any votes, whoever's controlling the computer.
Try to do that.
Sorry, I wasn't sure it was you.
No, you're
okay.
fine.
There is a presence, a quorum is verified. Next item is to announce any changes to the agenda. We do not have the previous meeting minutes for this meeting, so we will approve two sets of minutes from this meeting and the one previous at the next meeting. So those will be withheld for now. With that, staff, would you please review the rules of procedure?
General procedures for workshop meetings. The department will introduce the petition stating when the item was last before the plan commission. The plan commission and petitioner will then discuss the changes made to the ordinance, including the issue list, using the issue list as a guide for the discussion. Once the discussion is finished, the department will summarize the final changes that are expected to be made prior to the petition returns for a recommendation. Please do not disrupt the proceedings in any way. If you need to have a private discussion, we ask that you quietly exit the room. Please silence your devices at this time. Again, if you must answer them, please quietly exit the room. And we would like to remind those attending virtually to please mute your microphones when not speaking. Thank you.
Very good, thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. We have one item, which is 2509-DDP-27, Centier Bank. Any words of wisdom from staff related to the item before us?
Nope.
Seeing and hearing none. This is a good region bank from Northwest Indiana, which I used to bank with when I was a kid. My first bank account was Centier, so glad to see them coming to Westfield. Is there a motion regarding the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
Moved by Mr. McCarty. Is there a second? Seconded by Dr. Horke. I almost Mr. Horke. Yeah, he did the
Patient Horke.
by patient Horke. Staff, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Bunkefus.
Yes.
Mr. Horke.
Yes.
Mr. Khan.
Yes.
Ms. Carlson. Yes. Mr. McCarty.
Yes.
Mr. Mooney.
Yes.
Mr. Neal.
Yes.
Mr. Woodard.
Yes.
Okay, I see you on the screen.
Motion is approved. Next item on our agenda is our singular workshop item for tonight, which is 2508-PUD-17, which is the Lantern Commons Amendment 2. We will turn to the wonderful Lauren Gillingham Teague for an introduction to tonight's main event.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to do a couple different tasks here.
Sorry.
Let's see, 704. Alrighty, so the item before you is over here. The Lantern Commons Plan Unit Development Amendment 2. This is ordinance 2546, docket number 2805 PUD 17. This was last before you, I believe the first meeting in August. I am blanking on what the date was on that.
August 4th.
Thank you. So this is a petition for a rezone to the existing Lantern Commons PUD to essentially permit mixed uses, residential on the upper stories. The applicant is here. If you would like to present your findings. Not sure if everyone was able to see the access memo and the new exhibits that were uploaded. I think there was some confusion about maybe one being uploaded before the other. But those will inform our discussion tonight.
You're good. Mr. Skelton, the floor is yours.
Sure, and Laura, just the new exhibits is what I'll refer to in my opening comments. Thank you, members of the Plan Commission, Matt Skelton with Churchill and Antrim with offices at 116 North Union Street here in town. With me this evening is owner-developer Phil Milto, also Alex Marsh and James Braun with Studio M Architects. And Dan Moriarty may or may not be dialing in, he's remote tonight. The proposed amendment, as Lauren mentioned, has been submitted to permit a highly amenitized mixed-use development The owners have worked very closely with the city to refine this proposal into what it is today. At the meeting there, at your last meeting, there were a handful of discussion items, and we have prepared a memo and submitted it in response to those items that were outlined for us by the staff. There were some additional information requested, and we'll quickly go through that. I'm gonna refer to slide number 2 first, and they're out of order, sorry. At the, first of all, there were streetscape improvements that were discussed for the east-west road, which is actually, or the north-south road, which is actually the top of your screen here, north being to the right. And this highlights the rendering contemplates parking on both sides, the private drive, with multiple pedestrian crossings. There are traffic calming measures that will be introduced. We're showing crosswalk locations here, at least tentatively, on this exhibit. There will be reduced speeds and also signage appropriate to for traffic calming purposes. We've reviewed these in depth with the city engineer, and these were acceptable to him. These measures have, as you know, been incorporated to promote not only pedestrian safety, but to discourage cut-through movements to 161st Street. Secondly, if you want to go to the next slide, this just is an aerial view of those same street improvements, and this shows the street cross section I think we were asked to provide. If anybody has detailed questions about this, I'm happy to respond, but you should have it in your files. Secondly, connectivity. We were asked to illustrate our connectivity plan. That's on slide number 1 of this. We prepared a connectivity plan. These are most of these, I think almost all of these improvements we were planning to do anyway. We just didn't have them reflected on the plans that were before you. This level of detail often we don't get into until the detailed development plan stage, but this is our connectivity plan. So there's, as I mentioned before, there's crosswalks to the west of the site, which is up. There are the Natalie Wheeler Trail continues all along the east property line and down South Union Street. And there are access points essentially in every direction within and outside of the park, so, or I'm sorry, the development. So if anybody has any questions about this connects all of the important spaces within, but it also connects to all the important spaces around.
My only question is, where's 161st Street?
It's right here.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
turn-
I'm not sure if we're
Does it help to
meters or.
Turn it counter.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of upside down or.
North is to the
right currently.
You go counterclockwise.
There you go. So 161st Street is right here. So
Okay.
there's a trail that goes along 161st Street today. Everything ties in along the private drive and also here at the roundabout crossing.
Okay, I just needed it zoomed up, I think.
Yep. I'll move on. We were asked to provide a strategy for plaza and parking separation. And I've got 2 slides to cover with you. You'll get to number 4 first, so I'll just handle that one first. This is the slide we wished we had prepared for you last time that we didn't have available. This is the 161st Street side of the plaza, the southern side of the plaza, and I think there was some concern that there might need to be some parking separation because of the grade change. I mean, there's not a lot of risk here. There's a concrete wall, and I'm gonna stand up here.
Yeah, that's great.
This is also ADA compliant ramp system, but this, this is the high point, comes down and then goes down to the lower level. This is a high point, comes down to street level. And then this also accesses the stage and Village Green area. And I think you asked about the video. This is the back of the video.
Okay, yeah, and
So
we
that's
were
the-
worried about the
Yeah.
blocking cars that might kinda get crazy.
But it was hard to tell the story last time, but it's pretty separated.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the next slide, please. And then here we've incorporated the planting ballards that we discussed at the last meeting, and there may be more. I mean, they'll be strategically placed, so it's a safe, a safe condition, but we've incorporated them. We like the idea, and it should provide some aesthetic relief.
And that one, sorry, Mr. Skelton, because
Yeah.
because that one is, as opposed to the other one, which is kind of graded down, this one's flat with the parking lot, essentially this access here.
Yes, thank
Which
you.
is, yeah,
This is
that was my biggest concern, was this one right here.
Yeah, 6-inch curb, standard curb.
Sure.
But still,
Yeah.
But so your back, if you're looking at this, your back is facing
Yeah.
east.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Sorry.
That's okay.
And then I think there was somebody requested some information, and I think this originated with the city council, asked for some family data to support the need for multifamily, and I think we've supplied 3 different things, and then since then, there's been more information generated by the city. We have reviewed some of the early objective statements of the city's comprehensive plan. One of the stated goals is to allow mixed-use development with varying densities. And the initial planning work has also identified vertical mixed-use development as one of the most valuable and productive uses of land. And so we are, that is probably why the city asked us to do what we've done with this project, which is intensify it. We submitted a study that was commissioned by Lantern Commons by CBRE back in July, but that information has been actually substantially revised and improved upon at the cities. I'm sure, Victor, you were probably there at the special city council meeting on last Monday afternoon. There was an in-depth presentation. I think I'm not sure who commissioned, I think the mayor's office must have commissioned the study, but CBRE performed an additional analysis that really looks distinctly at the different types of multifamily, not just multifamily globally. And so this mixed use study was presented to the city council. A couple takeaways, at least that I took away, was that mixed use residential is in Westfield is leasing ahead of expectation, and occupancy in these types of developments is very high. I think our project was actually mentioned as an example a few times during that presentation. There was also a study submitted, or I guess resubmitted as the case may be. You've probably seen it before for the Jersey 32 project. It's a year old and the data is still good. But with permission, we have submitted that for the city's consideration as well. It supports the demand of 1,185, well, it said at least 1,185 new multifamily units over the next 5 years. We're proposing 102. We were also asked to provide a brief narrative of the commercial market niche that we're angling for the commercial. And this won't be a surprise to you, but these are boutique style, neighborhood centric uses that would serve as amenities not only to Lantern Commons, but also to the Westfield community at large. Examples of the types of commercial occupants that we are looking for is these are just examples: specialty restaurants, bakery, coffee, health and fitness, wine shop, salon, spa, things that are permitted on the property today. And just to step back, I mean, I think Lauren did a good job of pointing out the main reason we are before you is to convert this really from a suburban neighborhood commercial retail center to a mixed-use development, which incorporates living opportunities. If we weren't doing that, we would probably have tried to design around our problems. The other obvious benefits though, aside from just increasing the assessed value here by like threefold, I think originally it was planned, it could be built out as a $10 to $15 million project. This is probably a $30 to $35 million project. But just to remind you, we are also agreeing to prohibit drive-through use opportunities. We're increasing the architectural requirements significantly. And we are also memorializing these amenity improvements that have been illustrated in your materials. So with that, I think that concludes our initial remarks. We thank you for your consideration and we're happy to discuss any outstanding items.
Thank you, Mr. Skelton and team. Members of the commission, questions, comments, concerns, ideas?
I'll just jump in real quick. All of the supportive documents that y'all have provided on the agenda, I think provides great information in substance and again, supporting what was the special meeting last Monday that the council had. Which I encourage everyone to go watch it and talk about numbers, not just in relation to mixed use and garden style, but then also the budget impacts over the next several years. I haven't heard from my fellow counselors in regards to, since then, additional thoughts on this project or again, apartments in general, but I will of course direct them towards the additional documents you've provided. So I can't really speak on their behalf this evening. Just a few things for me. I've said from the beginning that it's kind of a flip of a coin of one, it's a beautiful project and whether it's here, but especially in our downtown, definitely fits there. And again, reflecting upon the information from last week, and I've been supportive of it anyway, but just mixed use development in general. So I think, fits that mold, but then on the opposite side of the coin, well, commercials are already permitted today. Do we need more apartments here? So that's just kind of something for me to weigh on personally, but overall, still, yes, the layout, I just discussed this the last meeting. Would of course love it to have it be closer to the road. If there's site constraints, there's site constraints. Two particular things that don't necessarily impact you, but just wanna bring up in the meeting. Before the meeting, I thought I would go drive over here with the Westfield Boulevard extension open with the remaining of the apartments. And I have personally received some just additional complaints from residents that live in the neighborhood to the north there. Just when buffering and additional trees and landscaping and so forth is gonna be put in. And again, this doesn't necessarily relate to y'all, just the development in general, so just wanted to bring that up for whomever might be listening. And then two, that intersection, and I do appreciate Mr. Nail, his letter, but that intersection, that's gonna be a problem in the future. I don't know if it not is a roundabout in the future, cause that might be a little excessive. I'm sorry?
Can you zoom out to that intersection a little bit more? Sorry, I just wanna be able to see, okay.
Yeah, it's that
Okay.
intersection right there,
Okay.
yeah. Just because of the left in right now, et cetera, more so the left in. So I don't know if it necessarily has to be a roundabout in the future, I know this has been discussed, but possibly just making it a Michigan left or something, so that way, that,
It's unlikely.
I know, whatever you wanna call it.
Those.
Yeah, just so that way there's no oncoming traffic or, lack of view. Just driving through there today, and I've done it in the past couple of weeks as well, it's just like, ugh, that's gonna get a little scary in the future. So just wanna bring up those 2 points, and outside of it, as I've said previously, beautiful product, it'll just come down to me whether adding mixed use to it or just thinking of it being commercial, so, thank you.
Other members of the commission?
I would just say I think our safety concerns were addressed because people are crazy and sometimes they just drive right into things. But I also have to agree with Vic, cause I drive here a lot, cause I live right down 161st Street, that's a very hard right to negotiate. That, I don't know if you can put like without having to go straight right, you can put some sort of, just a simple little road that kind of veers into it, so you're not dealing with people going left. In fact, I had a trailer in my car when I was going to the Westfield dinner and I was like, I can't even see, and I got this trailer in my car, so, and it goes straight in there, but it was difficult to maneuver. So just, it's simple.
People going
more
left,
pavement.
people going left out or?
No, just right, I think, it's not, it's like too hard of a 90-degree right. That if it was, you have your 90 degrees, so they can make that choice, but you also have your, kind of a veer into it,
Northbound, long-term.
northbound.
Or whatever.
So something a little more subtle, so you're not making a hard 90-degree right. So I wasn't too concerned about the left more than I was the right.
Just for the record, I do want to draw attention, so John Nail, our Director of Public Works, did submit a memo saying that he does foresee that once the project is completed and the connection for Westfield, into Westfield Boulevard is completed, that the traffic counts on Union will drop in such a way that it'll be a lot easier to navigate. So that's kind of the theory. It's a little bit tough now, but here's a plan for that, and that is something that Public Works is absolutely watching and addressing as other developments come online.
Otherwise, I love it, I think it's great.
I've heard plenty of comments from family members primarily, but when that opened in the first place, it's like, where's the roundabout? It's like there really wasn't gonna be a roundabout there, and had to explain that there's more roads to be built that are unfortunately kind of ways off into the future, but you gotta wait for all of that to happen. Folks that know that I was part of that approval years ago seem to wanna bring it up frequently, though. I kind of share that concern. We didn't know what was gonna be developing when we approved that, but we did know that there was gonna be a new road that would hopefully take the bulk of the north-south traffic, and that Union was not supposed to be a high traffic road. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, with how Union's being developed, with all the houses pretty close to the road, I think that it's naturally going to have some slower speeds to it. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
We changed the speed limits on it. There's like 3 of them in a fairly short distance now. Wrong exhibit to be able to see what was on the,
Oh, yeah, that's number 2,
yeah, whatever,
slide number 2.
there's one that showed something about the hotel site. That one.
Or actually, is there a cleaner one? Yeah, there.
I guess that one's cleaner. Do we know that what's shown in kind of half-tone there to the west, is that from a real plan? Is that accurate?
So the city asked us to show, Janelle asked us to show what we would envision there. And so we have, and evidently she's going to help effectuate that.
What is that?
This is the hotel over here.
Oh,
This is just on-street parking.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we've got it shown on our site.
okay.
And there's room for it here on this site, but I don't think it was part of the plans that were
I hadn't seen
originally
that.
drafted, but I understand they may be coming back through.
I hadn't seen that before, but I would prefer to see that actually. I was not liking the parking, which I think initially was shown as 90-degree parking, not angled parking, which I thought would be a real disaster. And it's not at all unlike, but a whole lot more of it to what was something I raised concerns on when Portillo's was coming along, and they had their entrance off of 32. They did put wheel stops so that you can't get back and forth as easily, and they promised, and I assume they're holding true to it, that that parking would be designated for employees so that customers shouldn't be coming in and out as much, because employees will be there for much longer period of time, you assume, than a customer will. This would help make that not look so much like a road, and if we've got angled parking on both sides, then somebody's gonna have, I would hope, an easier time entering and then backing back out to leave, but not leave the same way they came in.
Well, we don't require the parking on the other side of the road to sustain our project, but it would be better for the overall.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But I would like your project with that better if Janelle or somebody can say, L7, can you make sure you park the east side of your lot this way, because I think it would be helpful. Otherwise, I would have a concern about somebody that gets in there and parks coming in from the south, wanting to also leave from the south, which means they're gonna make a really awkward backwards motion and then possibly back up traffic, cause some sort of confusion. This, I think, will lead to less confusion, even though it's more cars. It looks more like a parking aisle than a street. So hopefully that can actually come to pass.
It's just kind of Mr. Jorge's point that whether it be the angled parking on a potential busy street or the possible left ends, trying to have a proactive conversation just because we've seen these type of issues previously on other projects. And again, I'll just go back to the left ends, whether it be Meyer or other businesses on State Road 32 that do have or advocated for that access, but then NDOT had to add medians in between because then it was becoming a problem in traffic wise. So that's what I potentially foresee being an issue here on Westfield Boulevard in the future. Westfield Boulevard will be wonderful with the north-south traffic. It'll just be how do we mitigate future concerns, whether it be the turn left, right, whatever it is, as well as the parking.
We trust the city's wisdom on that.
Further comments from commissioners? Oh, Mr. Yes, sir, we
Yes.
can. Bob, I'll come back to you.
I'm basically done.
Mr. Brittany.
First, like, actually wasn't here the first time we saw it. I think it's a very attractive, sharp looking project. I give you applause for that. Nice job. That's a cool view at a very important kind of corner in my opinion. So, kudos to the designers on that. Nice job. One of the interesting pieces that I've heard a little bit, I'd love to just get some takes on this, is the 161st and 31 traffic can be difficult at times. And you said that we're switching from a commercial space to a multi-use space. And I'd be curious to know if we are adding traffic units into this, or will there be less, considering people go there once and stay the night and leave, or with less commercial, will there be less traffic units per day?
I don't know the answer to that. I mean, there will be additional residents that live there that wouldn't otherwise live there, but I mean, our site is parked properly and a lot of the trips that are generated by the commercial are ones that are gonna be hopefully people on feet. So there's probably a trade-off.
Thank you, Matt.
Uh-huh. Anything further, Mr. Woodard?
No, sir, thank you.
Very good. Mr. Harkey, did you have anything else you needed to say?
No.
I think you said you were basically done. Mr. Mooney?
So based on some previous projects that have been rumored in that area, I'm excited about the quality of the project and everything. I won't go down the multifamily, I mean, there's reports for everything, so I work with numbers, I trust the numbers, their reports, and trust your group to, make the right decisions as far as that goes. Really, what I was looking for is the connectivity points, I've got young children that are active, so you addressed one of those concerns, and then the image with where the TV was gonna go, that was probably the biggest one, so I went and kinda looked at the grade of the lot and everything, and without walking it and seeing it, it was hard to picture it, but you could really kinda notice the grade of that property, so I do appreciate that part of it. I mean, just the road connectivity, I mean, you can't solve all of it, right? That's just gonna be a point of contention that I think, as well as you could kinda illustrate traffic patterns when the time comes, I like the project. Like I said, there have been rumors for big box retail at one point, which wouldn't be the most attractive looking thing coming down the 31 corridor, so, yeah, appreciate the work. I know there was a lot just to get to this point with a lot of questions. It's an interesting area that's, there's a lot going on all at once, but I think you did a nice job at least illustrating the connectivity points as well. Appreciate it.
Further comments from commissioners?
No, just building off of what Ryan was saying, not to regurgitate all his points, I agree with everything he said, and I just think it's really well designed, and I like the walkability of it, and I think it's a very elevated look. I think it's gonna drive the right type of festive, environment that we're looking to build in Westfield, so really appreciate it.
Mr. Bunkvis.
Like I said last time, love the product type. So the westward facing entry point to that main corridor there where you're putting like the flower plants, things like that, is that concrete barrier that you're using for the flower plant? Yeah, right there. Or what is that in terms of what you have shown?
There's a 6-inch chair back curb, and then there's flower, there's a.
Yeah,
it's
I
actually
can
east.
go to the other image, Matt. if you
That was
want.
Okay, yeah,
that was
eastward
the curve
facing.
there.
I think one of the last one.
Let me turn this back.
I think it's the next one.
It is the next one.
Yeah, it's the east side.
Yeah, that's westward facing, right? Yeah.
So this is just a sidewalk, but.
Yep,
What
so
do you-
6-inch curbs and then the actual, cause again, a 6-inch curb is not gonna stop much, so to speak, right? So the flower pots as shown, I know they have like concrete barriers that you can do that are incorporated into that, is that what's contemplated here?
Yeah, we haven't selected the actual product yet, but we're committed to something that is substantial. It's not just a
Perfect.
terracotta pot,
If it
it'll be large.
could mirror the other side of like the screen materials, right, that like while you're using, that'd look cool, that's just personal opinion. The only other question, as frivolous as it may be, and I know we talked about this at the last meeting, is the location of the trash enclosures, especially given the fact that 2 trail systems are gonna be directly next to those trash enclosures. Nothing says welcome to this beautiful development, but like walking by our trash, right? No matter how hard you try, that's always not gonna be great. So again, just, that's not gonna hold me up from a recommendation on my end, but staring at that long and hard before you come back to us for a vote would be appreciated, just because again, 7-foot enclosure or 6'8" or whatever it is, visibility from 161 and Union is gonna be pretty well seen. So,
And we're designing these so they don't look like trash enclosures.
right, I could see the materials, I know they're blended.
It's similar to the hotel had to have theirs along 161st, this has one, and then I think they're already permitted along
Right.
Westfield Boulevard.
Right. So
So
again, just
if we
even-
had other options, we'd be doing it.
Yep, and then just again, proximity to trail systems, I guess is the real thing, 2 or 3 are right next to it, so.
Further comments from commissioners?
No, just wanna mention those bollard planters are like bollards, they're just prettier.
I'm super excited about this project, I guess it's kind of we close, I appreciate you addressing a number of our questions and concerns just over this project. I do share some of the sentiment, and it has nothing to do with you guys, the sentiment about Union and Westfield Boulevard, but I would trust the city that their data that they have is correct, and if it happens to not be, that they'll address it at a future time to rectify it if Union does end up having more traffic than they hope, but hopefully Westfield Boulevard will take care of that. Very supportive of this project and look forward to when you guys come back for recommendation. Kevin, is there anything else you want to address before we're finished? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off the process.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Kevin?
Yeah, I really, a lot of comments regarding street network connections, all that stuff that really is kind of outside the scope of the zoning piece. So as far as tangible feedback for them, the only thing I really noted was the comment regarding trash enclosure, location, screening, to potentially be revisited or addressed in a different location or different manner. I don't know, how do you wanna phrase that?
Back and say it's not possible, right? It
Yeah.
just sucks where they are, I guess is the punchline.
I mean, was there another thing out that was not related to either, a road network or, parking or something that is off of this site that I missed? in messaging?
Just the parking that adjoining property, if we could have an answer,
I'm sorry?
if we could have an answer on that.
That won't happen. Not in time for the recommendation.
While we're on the trash enclosure exhibit, all 3 of them are the same, the way they're shown on this exhibit,
Correct.
Which exhibit are you on about?
the trash enclosure exhibit.
It's in the PUD.
6,
7.
It's in the PUD.
7, I was close.
I walked right into that one.
And I just had to provide that answer.
Talking trash.
Bobby's,
Figure it out.
Bobby's
Talking
trash.
that's funny.
This is the same one that was used across Burtwell Drive at the hotel. I don't know where I was going with that, just
Same
pointing that
quality,
out.
different style.
Yeah,
Do we not encourage having not just large, heavy swinging doors that can perhaps not get closed fully or deliberately not be closed because it's too inconvenient to open them and close them all the time to get whatever it is that's being tossed in there? And I thought we were trying to suggest, give yourself a little pedestrian access that's separate from the doors that the refuse haulers need to access.
We do encourage it, so this area was a little bit difficult due to the parking constraints. Adding that door would have lost a space or two of parking. We went through the PUD and the language in both the PUD and the UDO and kind of came to the conclusion that if we were choosing, that there was enough flexibility, and if we were choosing to make the parking work and just, yeah, lesser evils.
Even if it didn't get any wider, but just had an opening? Seems like it could,
You still have to
Beneficial.
access it from the side.
yeah.
Believe me, we've been around and around.
it's kinda hard to figure out that level of detail from these,
I get it.
this level of exhibit. It's kinda small. There's some
The-
clarity when you try to enlarge it, but if it's been vetted,
I've got some insight on these in general. I mean, having done a development recently with trying to figure out, it's really tough figuring out a spot for them, because you gotta factor in dump trucks, you gotta factor in the special concrete pad that those are going on, and then, you know, the walking in is actually not, cause we did that on one of our locations, and the trash bin was so big that they walked in, they couldn't lift the thing over, so it kind of was pointless, and trash ended up being everywhere, and it was a reverse effect of what was trying to be accomplished. So I can just say that we've had difficulty with that. Maybe if you guys wanna eliminate some of those challenges, but I just know it's not easy trying to get in big trucks in this development to lift that up, so it's hard.
And just to give everybody a little background, we started out, we had 4 enclosures, we consolidated one of them. We tried locating them in buildings or close to buildings, but we have so many outdoor amenity spaces. It's actually worse to have them there than it is to have them next to the trail, because you're gonna just ruin the whole outdoor experience of the place. But we tried to design them tastefully. I think if there's a problem with doors not being closed, I think I know who's gonna do something about it.
next driver that
So
comes
there's
by. is
necessary,
gonna hit it.
yes, yeah.
We can request a closing, self-closing latch or something that they'll automatically close if it's left open, or that's pretty standard.
I just don't like the one, I think if I can pinpoint this down, never thought there'd be a day where I keep talking about trash enclosures. The one closest to that plaza that I'm concerned about too, right? I picture great day sitting on the edge there, and the next thing you know, you're having lunch and you're watching a trash truck in this beautiful amenity space come in, you hear the beeping, you see the thing, already a hard turn, so they're gonna take 3 times to get around that curb. Everything else. It is what it is again, right? But
They plan to schedule the trash pickups at night. I mean,
at night.
Early morning or evening.
That's when ours comes at our office. Right when James
Yeah,
walks
they
in.
don't wanna be around cars either.
That is when I go in, I'm like,
And-
"It's gone."
Yeah, I look up, I mean, James's desk looks out over our trash enclosure and our tiny little parking lot. Trash guys are the best at putting the doors back, it's retailers that are the ones that get lazy, and again, Phil, after working for him for a little while, we'll take care of that real quick.
I do agree with Billy on that overall location though, that especially with it being such the front facade of the development, that man, it's difficult to have that in the location. Obviously though, you have to have a receptacle close to the potential restaurant. So whether it can be, has to be there, or it can be, say, over west and south of the restaurant.
Shifting it up slightly might help us, especially if that's our view shed. I mean, that's always, right, we triangulate, we're gonna have a restaurant here, here, wherever, right? And then everyone wants to be within that, so this was our best pass, we can certainly look at getting these pushed to one or the other and try to get, kind of shed those views.
Just giving it some additional thought would be great.
Good.
And
Thank you for that.
And to remind everybody, those two are already permitted on the property. But I mean, we wanna be thoughtful.
They're the least concerning.
Appreciate that. Further comments? Maybe not particularly to trash. Okay. Seeing and hearing none. Thank you very much
Thank you very
for your
much.
time. We look forward to having you at your recommendation meeting,
October 6th.
October 6th. There it is.
We'll be there. That's fall.
Yeah,
Oh,
He was going too fast.
sweaters. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We have two items continued to future meetings, that are there before you. So I'll
Send your
leave
wife
those
over, I didn't see me.
I will, are you on
there. We're moving to reports and comments. Plan commission members to each other. Anything from members of the commission? Seeing and hearing none. City council liaison.
I did.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Khan.
I know that they're putting together us to meet with city council and coming together for the plan, right, for the
Yes.
comprehensive plan.
Yes.
Are we just to come as we have been to these meetings? Is there any particular thing that we need to work on? You know, or just have thoughts ready? I just wanted to ask, and if not, great, we can move on.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything you need to do in advance, I
Okay.
think it's just, ready to
It's kind of the final.
jump in, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be some overview of the plan, some high level overview and kind of walk through it and make
Well,
sure.
We'll all be kind of in the same boat of, hey, this is the overview of the plan as well as here's the map
Yeah.
that they've been working on, and we'll be able to provide feedback on that, but.
And if you have not responded, do so. I'm not sure if there's been consensus yet.
I think
I
we're,
saw the mayor come back and ask if there's anything he could do, which to me indicates that maybe not everyone has responded.
I think all of you have.
Okay, well, fellow
I know I
commissioners,
did.
if you could please,
I know, I even almost
What's
replied
that
all.
news
I don't know what the rest of you.
Please.
Scott.
You slackers, I'm on my P's and Q's, now go ahead.
please do respond as soon as you're able, please.
I just responded, but these tables are gonna be a lot smaller than the last tables. We've already spread everything
Yeah, I
out.
don't know how we'll set the room up.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna really hate that. Yeah, we have to go somewhere else.
You can't put a.
No, in
oversight.
fact, we actually have to go somewhere else, cause you cut half the table, not you, but somebody cut half the tables.
Literally
But I'll leave that to the capable staff to figure out where to go. We can go to that.
On the other side of the building.
Yeah, we did that.
Can't, cause
They
it's
could just
being-
add another row of desks right around here,
Census workers just kind of closed off.
Oh, I forgot about them.
They locked us out.
just buy another set.
Maybe we'll go to the library.
Double one.
That's not a
That
bad
would get
idea.
rid-
I mean, maybe the library's an option, but I'll leave that to our capable,
camera in the corner.
capable staff.
Yeah,
So you-
I don't, and they may not have big paper, I don't know, if they're gonna have big paper maps to.
They seem to
roll on
like
the
big
tables.
pieces of
They're
paper.
consultants, they're gonna
They
handle
like
it.
big pieces of
Love
paper,
paper.
paper and moving my tables, so.
Margins on the print.
You don't have to answer, it's more of a rhetorical question, but I just gotta wonder who decided to do this and why.
A former college professor, I feel like I'm back in school.
It's modern, Bob.
No,
They're-
They do have nice looking wheels.
Andrew's gotta get his comments.
City council liaison.
I'll just be real brief, cause there was a lot to discuss between the special session last Monday as well as the meeting itself. So to save breath and time, as always, you can look at my recap on my Facebook page. But I,
page?
what?
What's the name of that page?
Victor and Westfield, thank you. Okay. But I did have a general question for y'all because I do typically, after our APC meetings, copy and paste and send an email form to my fellow counselors so that they have the information in their inbox. Would you appreciate starting to get these recaps in your email as well, as opposed to directing you to my page and just copy and paste, so that way you can have.
If you write
information?
anything worth reading, that'd be very helpful, not that I'm trying to suggest that you don't, but what I'm kind of saying here is, I don't do Facebook, so I have
Yeah.
no ability to know
Put
if
more
you're
work on my
writing
plate, yeah, that's fine.
useless stuff, or if you have just,
Copy paste,
It's
couple
pretty
clicks,
useful, I
yeah.
think.
yeah, I'm thinking it probably is, nobody's, told you to
Yeah, I'd like
stop,
a recap.
but
Okay.
I
I'll
never
start
see
with
them.
emailing you the one from last week and then I'll just get into that habit. So I've thought about asking in the past, but especially as we get more hefty agendas, I'll just start doing that.
I thought about suggesting that each time you've said, see my Facebook page, it's like, well, I can't, cause I don't have Facebook, never will. But I didn't wanna burden you.
No, thank you.
Since you're
Yeah,
volunteering to
now he's
burden yourself.
burden himself, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, that's his fault.
See how thoughtful I am?
Board of
I think that'd
Zoning
be nice 'cause
Appeals,
we're all on the same
Mr.
page that way, there's
It's lively.
Yeah.
I had a quick variance in the Chatham Village area and then stared at a rear yard setback for a very cool indoor basketball court and fitness center on a home on the west side of town. That sounds right. Yep, that was it.
Excellent. Plat Committee.
Plat committee did meet, but they met without this particular member. But Ivy Ridge, the little 3-lot thing on the very northern reaches of Chatham Hills was the item. I actually didn't contact anybody, I'm assuming that there was minimal discussion and it was approved, but there wouldn't have been any reason not to, cause we've been through all of this stuff. I have not yet received any kind of a request for availability for the next meeting, so I don't know if there will be a next meeting.
I don't think so.
Our staff member that coordinates them is kind of shaken left and right, so that means maybe we'll
Yeah,
Back.
and
be back to the, no, we didn't meet. We had an
Yeah.
easy report.
to
This
my,
time there was a meeting, I just couldn't make it.
yeah, to my knowledge, there's nothing currently on deck, and that item, Ivy Ridge was, approved without issue. Pretty easy request.
Very good. Community Development Department, staff to us.
Yeah, I mean, nothing new, I just watch your email for when that meeting gets scheduled and we'll wrap up this comp plan.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's good to have a direction. That, we have exhausted the agenda. Is there a motion to adjourn? Moved by Mr. Bunkefist, there's a second by Mr. Khan. Unfortunately,
And
Mr. Woodard, we have to, because you're here, we have to vote, you gotta be on camera, so staff, would you please call, wait, gotta find him somewhere wherever he is.
What a
The
hassle.
roll. There he is.
This is in a different order, I'm sorry. Ms. Carlson,
Yes.
Mr. McCarty,
Yes.
Mr. Mooney,
Yes.
Mr. Neal,
Yes.
Mr. Woodard, Mr. Bunkefist,
Yes.
Mr. Horke,
Yes.
Mr. Khan.
Yes.
Motion passes, we are adjourned 7:48 PM.
Alright, good
No,
work,
I'm gonna have to get a
guys.
bigger hammer.
It's unfortunate we have to make it the next meeting.
Good to see ya.
Good to see you.
It is, it's
See
kind
you
of
guys.
fun.